What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we put the real in reality or whatever.
Period.
I'm your host, Pharaoh. I'm joined by our wonderful host, Lee. Lee, I'm bored.
And
As
I'm
fuck.
border, actually.
I know that's right. I'm getting border and
I'm
border.
I am getting sick and tired of Jeff pissing in our faces and calling it rain. I'm
I would
tired of
actually
Jeff.
appreciate if he pissed in my face and called it rain. He's not even doing that.
What are you doing? What are you
He's shitting
doing?
on me. He's shitting on me. Like it's ridiculous. And what's really getting me, Lee, is that I just get finished watching some episodes of Survivor Australia,
Ooh.
and then I return to this, and this isn't even Survivor America. I don't know what this.
I don't. It's clown music playing.
A cartoon, and I was like, "Is it Total Drama?" And I'm like, "Total Drama's better than this. This isn't even Total Drama. It's like I'm watching the Total Drama Rama, where they're fucking children and they're walking around having a good time in the fucking daycare. Like, what the fuck am I watching?"
No, like that's just how it feels. Like, I mean, the fact that we have 12 people on the tribe and only 4 people were eligible to be voted
What's
out.
12 minus 4? 8. Why is it 8 people?
8 people safe.
Just sitting there. They not voting. Even Rachel not voting. They're not voting. They're not discussing the votes. They're uninvolved. They're not vulnerable.
I don't get it. And then also, because this is usually the round where they split them up into 2 and then 2 people go home. So I was expecting that, and they kept some of the same twists from that, like the fact that they went back to the old Lavo Beach after losing the immunity. Like, so I'm curious, are they still going to do a double elimination episode? Like, is there not going to be any more tribe splits? Is this it? Are we done, Jeff? Because I just feel like we've been getting the same thing every year, and this year they tried to like switch it up, but then he just could not let it go for having majority of the tribe safe. Like, he had to have a round where majority of the people were safe. Like, it's the fact that the first 15 minutes of the episode was literally setting up a very interesting tribe dynamic with Andy, the Women's Alliance, you know, Sam and Sierra, and all of those people were safe. None of it mattered. And at the end of the day, we got a Tuku tribe elimination.
It's like every point of the episode made it worse and worse and worse and worse. It started off as a regular Survivor situation. The twist fucked it up, and then the next twist fucked it up, and then the random idol fucked it up, and then now we're at tribal, and it's just the Tuku tribal, like you said.
I think that's what pissed me off the most. Like, not only do you separate it to where only 5 people are vulnerable, you throw in another twist with a bullshit decision that only allows for 4 people to be available. It's like, and then that advantage was only for this round. Is you specifically wanted to fuck up the game that you already fucked up. Like, it's not fair, even fair for Tiana to have went home here, because it was in such a way that was so circumstantial. The tribe had to be split up, and then another advantage had to be thrown into the game 20 minutes before they even went to tribal council. Yep. It's just like, I hate forced gameplay. I hate forced divisions and forced dynamics. Like, why can't we just let them all be on the same merge tribe in votes?
Yes. Or if you want so badly for them to be split up, this is the 3rd episode in a row where I'm going to have to put them fuck ass screenshots of them fuck ass blue and yellow tribes on the fuck ass screen, because y'all couldn't just tribe swap them into 2 separate teams. 3 rounds in a row, you had them on 2 separate teams for the immunity and reward and whatever challenge. And it's like, why not just done a tribe swapped into 2 tribes? Why? Why call it a merge? Why not call it a merge? My thing is, what's the difference between last round not being a merge and this round being the merge, and then the next round being the jury? What the fuck are you doing? So now on the fucking Wikipedia page, it's going to say, Tiana, merge, not jury. However, the last person who was in merge, who went home last round, Rome, is not in merge. And it's like, why is Rome not in merge? Why is Tiana in merge but not in jury? Why is the next person in jury but the tribes are split up? Shut the fuck up. This shit is stupid as fuck. I need Jeffrey Lamont Probst to fucking, like, literally I don't know how much we have to bully him, but at this point, we have to bully him because what are you doing? When Rome
I
sat on that
really don't
chair,
get it.
when Rome sat on that chair and did the one good thing he did and drug him for that dumbass twist that he had that clearly made no fucking sense, which is why all the amulets went home. And then he just saw this bullshit when they just had a fucking Tuku tribal. I hope next season.
He probably loved it, girl. He ate it up.
He probably loved it. And that's why we have to bully him. We can't allow him to love this.
Love it. What he needs to do, and some people in the chat are saying it, he needs to take some advice from Survivor Australia, mama, because like I said on Twitter today, I just finished Survivor Australia Titans versus Rebel, their most recent season, and when I say it's one of the best Survivor seasons I've ever seen. It's up there with the Micronesia, with the China, with the heroes versus villains, with the second chances. It's up there with the girls, and it's surpassing some of those. And I just named a few returnee seasons. This is not even a returnee season. And those Australians, they get out there and they play. They really do. And I like that. Like we said last time, we haven't seen all of the twists and turns that Survivor Australia offers. So I can't accurately say that they're better in that department. However, I like the back to basic format, and that's what Survivor Australia has for 90% of its rounds. Like, I just hate all of the twists and turns. Like, it's not fun. It's not fun.
I was just gonna say, Survivor Australia is just Survivor. That's the thing. They don't have to look at Survivor Australia. Look at your own show that was created here. It's just Survivor. That's all Survivor Australia is. It's regular Survivor. You changed the show. This was your show. It was just your show. We saw in this episode alone. Let's just get into it because I'm not going to sit here and talk about these people for forever. So in this episode alone, at the beginning of the episode, we see the type of dynamic gameplay that can be provided when you just let them play the game. Because it starts off, they come back for a tribal, and Andy saw that his name got voted for, and it was Saul who voted for him. So Saul goes to him and is like, "Look, sorry, I voted for you. I was told you were the backup vote. I had to put my vote on you. And Sam was the one who told me that." And we see immediately Andy is like, "Okay, Sam and Sierra clearly aren't prioritizing me. They don't give a fuck about me now. So I'm targeting them and I'm taking them out." First of all, slow down.
I mean, the fact that he immediately was just like, all of them gotta go. I'm flipping on Gada. I'm done.
And they're going and I'm taking them out. Whoa.
We're back to the Andy edit where they have the music in the background. They showed a bunch of different people from Gada saying things to him and things like that. Like, they love to make it an edit to where it's like Andy is low-key spiraling. And honestly, I enjoy it. He's a chaotic king, and he really wants to play. Now, I don't think it's necessarily the smartest to just go after all of Gada, but hey, if that's what he wants to do, then that's what he wants to do. However, I do find it interesting that, Sierra this episode mentioned how Andy is this sloppy player and, things like that. But girl, you had a decision to keep Andy with your girls, and you didn't do it. So now Andy is in Merge, flipping on y'all. Annika wouldn't have done that.
Clock it. Yep. He's honestly fun to watch. I love it. I actually love it. It's like there's a fun chaotic, and then there's a not so fun chaotic. Andy to me is the fun one. I'm having a good time.
Well, I think chaotic is fun when you're not like directly affecting someone else that could be seen in a personal way. Like, I feel like with certain players, they do things that's like, I don't know, more personal a little bit. And it's like, that's not fun to watch. Like, you're sabotaging someone's game because you're a chaotic player. That's not fun. Like, Andy flipping on Gada because he's chaotic, I feel like that's all within the game. That's fun to see. But like, for example, a Rome chaotic, that's just annoying to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not fun. No shade to even Q. That was annoying to me.
It was annoying.
When we go back to Big Brother, Angela, that was annoying to me.
That was annoying.
There's a certain level of chaoticness I find annoying, and I don't enjoy watching. But I think Andy is in that nice little area of like, okay, you're fun.
And I feel like he's genuinely trying to play the game, which makes it like funnier. I think Rome and Angela and some of the people you named wanted to be a gimmick in a way, and I didn't like that. Even Q from last season, Q was annoying me, but it was in a way of, you're annoying me because you're taking out all my faves are getting taken out for no fucking reason. But I feel like the way he acted was pissing me off, but not annoying in the same way as people who like you said with Rome, it kind of felt like, ooh, is this weirdly personal? What is this? Like, I would take a Q over a Rome or an Angela. Me personally, no shade, because I feel like Q was trying to play the game. He was just playing badly. And I feel like with Andy, that's kind of what we got at the beginning. But Andy's not affecting my faves. If it was, I will say, if it was Asia, if it was Sam and Asia and Andy said some shit, I probably would have been more annoyed. Right. So for me personally, because I don't give a fuck about a Sierra or a Sam, I'm having a good time.
I mean, to me, I love it because Sierra and Sam played Annika face thinking that this was
and they made the wrong decision.
And now look at y'all getting flipped on.
And I knew as soon as they were choosing to save Andy, I was like, none of this makes sense to me because he seems so unreliable.
And I was like, no, I think he'll be reliable for Sam. Nope.
He seems so unreliable. And I will say Sam played in his face and then Andy flipped. So I would give Andy that. At least Andy has a reason to be flipping on them. And it wasn't just random. I thought it would just be random. No, Sam, you did play in his face. You did say he could be the backup.
I was just going to say his name and get some votes on him. And you thought he wasn't going to retaliate. No, he retaliated. I don't know why Sam even did that. Got caught up down. Like, what has he been doing since marriage happened?
Nothing. So then Genevieve, she talks to Andy. And we see Genevieve is a mother because why is she even talking to Andy? I don't know. Why?
Genevieve is one of those players that just exude mother, exude icon. Like she has this winner aura that surrounds her. And like I need to see what are the Reddit threads saying that she's like at the top of the edit because I really want Genevieve to win.
When it comes to the edit,
would be such a fun winner for this season.
Yeah, when it comes to the edit and if it's giving, who is it giving? With Genevieve, it's hard for some people to put her all the way at the top because she was irrelevant the first 2 episodes. They're like, if you're not there on the premiere, bitch, it's not giving you. But she had that very big breakout episode. And ever since then, it's been good on good on good. So people are like, maybe she's just getting a different type of edit. They've been trying to trick people with the edit these last couple of seasons. So it's been a little bit harder with the edit these last couple of seasons when it comes to the winner. When it comes to who's going home, I know every time.
Girl, they really need to switch up their edit for when it's time for eliminations because it's so easy to clock. Like every time the first name gets thrown out, there's a 90% chance that person is not going home.
Yeah.
So as soon as by the end of the episode, the first name is Gabe, you already know Gabe is probably not going home.
Safe.
And like there are like the rare times where no, that person does just go, but it's so rare. And if it does happen, it's in an episode where they show reward randomly.
Yeah,
there's all of this extra fluff and downtime because they have nothing else to show, and it's going to be an easy vote. Like so easy to clock their edge, so easy. Like another thing that Survivor Australia does well, like it's very unpredictable. No shade. I just watched the episode on Survivor season 4 where we didn't know that this dude literally found the idol. Yeah, let me not talk too much about it. So they
you got it. I can't hear you.
They didn't reveal that until the tribal, and it's like, girl, I was gagged.
So Rachel has this idea of this women's thing. She's like, look, I would love to work with the girls. We see a few of the girls kind of have a conversation about how maybe they could get together, maybe they could work together. We'll see. We don't know. And we see Tiana kind of be like, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be bad because Gabe is a threat. And Tiana has been on this Gabe is a threat thing for a while. So some of the girls, Tiana at this point, Rachel, are talking about this girl thing. And Sierra there too, but it's like, girl, Sierra.
I just feel like if you're in the merge and you're still saying the same target that you've been saying when y'all were on tribes, maybe it's time to switch it up. I feel like usually when players do that when it comes to merge, they end up going home.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like one track minded. Like you're still worried about Gabe.
And I also feel like I don't understand. This is gonna sound so crazy, but I don't understand being worried about someone for multiple tribals. Anyway, you should like honestly. I don't understand when people go multiple rounds, whether it's pre-merge, after merge, post-merge, whenever, wanting somebody out. Baby, y'all haven't even lost a tribal, and you're talking about how you want this person out so much.
Especially because it's been getting back to him this entire time. Like, why are you saying it so much? Like, at least think it. Say it to us in the confessional. But she's been telling people for days at this point that she wants Gabe out. So in a situation where the twist and turns of Survivor happened, girl, you got taken out by Gabe's alliance because you had been saying his name all willy-nilly.
And at this point in the episode, I was telling Lee, I was like, this is a good episode so far. We're getting this girls thing that might be trying to form because they're showing it to us. We see Andy is turning on his alliance. He's going to try to take a shot towards Sam and Sierra, which was like a power couple. Of course, we had Caroline and Sue from last episode. They really started to take some of the reins in the tribe. There's different tribal bonds. What's going to happen? Saul is making this bond with Andy. Is he going to link up with Genevieve and Andy? We don't know how this vote's going to shape up. And it's like, oh, okay, when you just have normal survival situations, people start playing the game as they do. And that's the fucking stupid part of these fucking twists, because what they do is they stop the gameplay. So you had all of this build up, and then you go to the immunity challenge, and after the immunity challenge, all of that build up is gone because they can't talk about it because half the tribe is fucking gone.
Literally. And but like, especially this episode, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like every person we saw was eventually safe.
Well, yes,
like
literally.
Everyone that was in contention for any drama or good gameplay this week ended up safe, not being able to vote, only watching the elimination, so the tribal council. So it's just so entirely crazy that they even set this episode up the way it was when none of those people were even eligible. Like, and me thinking I'm clocking Survivor Edgic, I was like, oh, well, yellow team must obviously win and blue loses because blue, wait, which one is which?
The opposite.
I was thinking yellow obviously loses because Sam is about to go home. Andy finna flip, Sam is going home. But no, it was blue this entire time.
Yep. And it's like, it's very stupid because I think the difference between having a tribe swap and then having a merge and then splitting them up is that in a tribe swap, they already would have been talking about the people on their tribe. So there already would have been discussions about, oh, are we going to vote Rachel? Are we going to vote Gabe? There already would have been discussions about, okay, on the yellow tribe, who are we going to vote? When you have them all in a merge, they're all talking about people who aren't even going to be on the voting block that they're in. So when we get there, we don't have any information about the people who are going to vote because they weren't actually tribe swapped. They were in a fucking merge, and you decided to split up the merge randomly to where all the people who were targets or involved in the game aren't even fucking available. All it did was
Tiana even went home this episode, or the fact that Rachel was even in contention was all because of this dumbass twist. Like,
and it's a board.
Like, if it was a normal round, Sam could have went home. Gabe could have successfully went home. It could have been someone else that was another big move. Like,
it's not interesting to see a merge, but not see them all voting or all together or all having to try to figure it out. That's not interesting. That's not fun. Like, they've been together for 3 rounds and we haven't seen them.
We've been seeing them on separate tribes since the beginning of the game. Yeah. Like, what's interesting about splitting them up when it comes to merge? We've seen them separated for episodes at this point. I don't need to keep seeing it.
What the fuck? So here we are.
And I feel like every season, like, some of y'all may get tired. Some of y'all may be tired of us because we complain about it every season. And guess what? We're not going to stop. It's stupid every season. When it stops becoming stupid and ending up with dumbass results, then we'll stop complaining about it. Until then, y'all gonna keep getting it. Because I wish I could move on. I wish that it was just a good round, a good episode. I could be like, this was great. I'm not. I'm not happy.
I'm bored as fuck. This was boring as fuck. Yawn. So we get to the fucking immunity challenge. They split them up. There's the people on the yellow and the people on the blue. I'm not gonna fucking go over it. So we get to the challenge. The winner is the final person there for their team is gonna win the entire challenge for their team. They're all gonna be immune. They can sit on the tribal, but they won't even vote. So it's like, first, you split them up, which was stupid as fuck. Second, you make sure that the tribe that wins doesn't even vote. There's not even all these votes we have to consider. The people who are talking about all of the strategy at the beginning of the game aren't even voting this episode. Why? Who gives a fuck? So basically,
I'm pretty sure they didn't even realize that. Like, I'm assuming that naturally happened. Just so happened, everyone this round that was doing the main gaming ended up being safe. So it's going to be interesting to see in the next episode. But like, it's so crazy that, you know, we ended up focusing on people that were like damn near irrelevant until after the immunity.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck? So yellow tribe ends up winning. Blue tribe is going to tribal, and Kyle has the immunity because he was the last one up there. And the blue team is literally just Tuku and Rachel. So not only is it split up, not only do everybody else not vote. And that's another thing. The reason it's stupid, first of all, obviously it's stupid that everyone else isn't voting. It's the merge. Why call it the merge if everyone isn't voting? You might as well not call it the merge. This should still be pre-mergatory. And my thing is, fuck mergatory. It should have just been a tribe swap. So, anyways, we
Especially
should
if they want them on different teams so bad.
like why you want them on different teams so bad? Just put them on different teams. What the fuck? So, anyways, the blue team is going to tribal. Mm-hmm. Rachel is the only one who wasn't on the original Tuku tribe, which is already a yawn. If the rest of the tribe was able to vote, this would have been interesting as fuck. Because then it would have been like, ooh, Rachel's the only one on Tuku, but everyone else is voting. Yeah. So what is everyone else going to do? Let's try to figure out those votes. Who are they going to vote? Tiana's going to have to convince some of them to vote Gabe. Gabe's going to have to convince some of them to vote Tiana. Sue might have to use her idol on Gabe just to make sure that her alliance stays there. Then we would have had an interesting tribal where Sue might have used an idol on Gabe. Tiana could have went home that way because she wasn't able to get all the votes and then not have the idol used. Shit like that could have occurred if all of them were at least voting. But not only are all of them not voting, only 5 of them are fucking vulnerable because fucking Kyle has immunity. So, anyways, they and not
Kyle
only
ate this immunity again. Kyle ate this immunity. Like, I think he's gonna be an immunity beast. I can definitely see his ass being targeted coming up.
Ooh, the con artist said, I don't know if y'all can read the edit, but Sue got no confessionals. I do be reading the edit. Having no confessionals is already terrible. Yeah. But the only way you can overcome that is something like with Genevieve, where they were purposefully hiding her to have her emerge. And that's too late for Sue. So it's like Sue getting 0 confessionals. Sue truthers, people who love Sue and want her to win. It's the edit it's not giving winner by the edit. No shade.
I think the only people who's getting like quote unquote winner edgic right now would be like Teeny, Genevieve.
Yeah, I agree. It's really just those 2 for me. I think this was a good episode for Rachel. But she's kind of been mid for the previous episode. So we just gonna have to see where she goes from here, honestly. So they go to their tribes. So not only all of this, but they're not even gonna be on the same tribe.
Girl, no.
They're going to different tribe camps. It's stupid. So, anyways, we go to the merge tribe, the real merge tribe. The yellow people go there, and they go and they have their little dinner. They eat, yada, yada, yada. They notice that it's only Gatto and Lavo members here. So they're like, I mean, maybe we could do something with this. But, girl, it's not going to matter because Tiana went home. No shade. We go to the old Lavo camp.
It could still be
ain't going to happen.
You don't think so?
No, I think it was more so if all 5 of Tuku come back, right, we all going to link up. But with Tiana going home, Rachel coming back, Sierra has a connection with Rachel still. It's like it could still happen.
Who has the tribe majority now that they took out?
It's a tie now, so we can go back to it. Wrong one. It's 4 Gatto, and then 4 Tuku because Tiana is gone, and Lavo still has their 3. So it's 4-4-3 at this point. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of even now.
And then what's his name? Andy want to flip anyway. So
Andy wants to flip. Kyle don't even like Gabe. So I don't know. I think the only tribe that can stay together is Teeny, Genevieve, and Saul. Because I think they're all cool.
They're gonna be like Carolyn, Yam Yam, and what's his face?
Luvu.
I forgot his name.
I don't remember what it is.
Carson. Carson.
Mm-hmm. They don't fuck with each other no more.
They don't?
Since Christopher Reeves.
I know that Carolyn and Carson are cool. They have a podcast together now, but they don't fuck with Jam Jam.
They got in an argument, Carolyn and Carson, on Twitter.
Carolyn and Carson got into an argument?
Carolyn and Carson got into an argument.
They're friends now. They have a podcast together.
So they got over the argument.
Must have been.
Okay, but yeah, they got in an argument on Twitter. It was hilarious. And Carolyn was like, oh my God, you do not talk to me. Or was it Carolyn and Carson getting in an argument with Yam Jam? Either way, they got in an argument on Twitter. I was like, girl, I'm gagging.
That's so sad.
Mm-hmm. So the 3 of them not all together. I think Jam Jam stopped talking to them. And so they were like,
got his check and said, look.
Child.
Were they a Tika 3?
I don't remember. Tika sounds right, I think.
That sounds right. Is
it right?
Yeah, I just Googled it.
They were the okay, boom. So boom. What happens? Oh, the blue tribe, the losing tribe, goes back to the old Lavo camp. When they're there, Rachel's like, well, shit, I'm the only one here. They all gonna vote with each other. They all talk about how they're all just gonna vote out Rachel at first. And then Tiana kind of comes up with this idea in the diary room. And she's like, look, if all 5 of us go back, they're gonna know we're all together and they're all gonna try to take us out. So it might be better for us to vote one of our own out, probably Gabe, So that way we don't seem like this threatening 5 coming back to this 6 and us being minority.
And this was an interesting decision. I feel like it has to be hard to make a decision like this, because what she's saying is kind of true. I mean, literally the 6 who won were saying if 5 Tuku come back, we have to start targeting them, and they would have the majority because it would be 6 versus 5. But I feel like if I was playing, I would be kind of still down with being Tuku strong, only because, historically, if you keep strong with your alliance, with your tribe, and you're able to make it to the end, one of you can win, and I do feel like, Andy wants to flip. Like, they should have been more open to the idea of like they can get through with that. But I can also see how it's a hard argument because they did just all stick together, which is another reason why the twist is dumb, because you're forcing this 6 to look at this 5, and it's like that's a whole dynamic that wasn't necessarily clocked until they divided them. So it's like I just hate when dynamics are forced like that. But what you would have done?
It depends who I am. I do feel like for the boys, Gabe and Kyle, it's a little bit more of a risk. Tiana saying it is, in my opinion, not necessary. I think Caroline was right, because later on, Caroline talks to Tiana and she's like, they are going to target us, but they're not going to target us. They're not going to target me and you. They will target Gabe and then Kyle. And then by then, some of the dynamics will have shifted, honestly. And I genuinely
think that's how my mindset would be. Honestly, I don't give a damn if some of y'all get taken out.
Yeah, it'll be some of y'all.
I'll be okay.
I think Gabe is the main one who should have made sure that didn't happen, because I think Gabe is the main one who, if they saw all 5 of them come back, could easily be the next vote. But he could probably easily be the next vote regardless. But also Tiana wants him out, and so does Kyle. So I don't think there's any reason for Gabe to stay Tuku strong, because 2 of the people in Tuku don't even fuck with him and have been slandering his name even in the merge. Tiana wanted him out even if it was all of them voting. So for Gabe, Tiana definitely can go. And honestly, at this point, because Tiana did all that work, she needed Gabe to go. They were both stupid for wanting to vote Rachel at this point. They both should have been like, I'm not voting Rachel, because after this, I'm going to be targeted by the opposite person, which was probably going to happen, but we move.
I really, speaking of Gabe, I really enjoyed the alliance with Caroline and Sue this episode, sticking together low key. Like, even though it's my sister Tiana going home, like, I don't know, like their alliance just kind of gives me a little bit OG Survivor a little bit.
Yeah,
I think people like Tika 3 a little bit too. It's always fun to see the people at the bottom, or like this small group, be able to like stick together and make it to the end. And I kind of get that from Gabe, Sue, and Caroline, but it's just like, it's a weirder dynamic because they're not that close. Like, if I have to think of like a comparable alliance, it would be Russell with Natalie and Oh Boy and Samoa, and then again with Parvati and Homegirl and Heroes versus Villains. So I feel like it's very similar to that, especially like even like archetype wise, but like they're not as like close. I feel like Caroline, she don't necessarily want to be with them at all. Like, and Gabe really don't care about any of them. So it's like, I'm just interested to see where that trio is gonna go.
Me too. I think they're very interesting. I like that all 3 of them are still here. That's another reason why I hated the split up of the 2 situations, because it's like all 3 of them ended up together. I kind of was like, they're not voting each other. I know Tiana's going home, but also I would have rather saw them battle against a full merge situation and try to figure that out, because that's more iconic. If all 3 of them would have survived and everyone was targeting someone like Gabe, that would have been more interesting to see Sue have to play her idol on him, or to see them have to try to get the votes, rather than the situation where they're already in the majority, even though it's only 3 of them. It's less interesting to see 3 people go against 2 other people than to see 3 people go against 8 people. So I don't know. It was, I like them, but I hate the situation. So we go back to the tribe that won the challenge. Andy's looking for a clue, very obviously. This is when Sierra has her comment that Lee already talked about. And then we see Saul start looking for it. He does it a little bit better, and he's able to find the clue to an advantage. So he grabs it, and then we'll put a pin in that. They go back to the losing tribe, who's at another camp for some fucking reason. And Tiana and Caroline talk. Tiana basically is like, should we just vote Gabe? This is where Caroline tells her, girl, they're not going to target us. And then we see Gabe kind of talk to Rachel, and Gabe is like, I don't want Rachel to play her shot in the dark, so I'm going to lie to her and say we're voting Caroline. And that's what he does. Boom. We hop which is like, I hate the shot in the dark because of that, but it's like, I just have to get, I feel like I'm willing to get over some of the twist as long as it's not all this other shit. So it's like we already got all this bullshit, and now I see this bullshit ass conversation that I don't give a fuck about because he has to pretend to Rachel so that she don't play her shot in the dark, which is another dumbass twist. And it's only dumb because all of these other twists are dumb. It's like, God, I don't want to hear about it. I don't.
Like
This
the
is
shot in the dark isolated isn't that bad, but when you add on the shot in the dark on top of everything else, usually I forget about it. And I guess I do like that the players have this extra assurance, but we've only seen it used twice. One of those times it wasn't even needed. And it's like, I don't know. Would they have to like start coming up with plans to avoid the shot in the dark getting used? It's like, I never find those interesting.
Yeah, that's where it becomes, this twist is now occupying some natural gameplay, just like every other twist they're adding. That's the issue with twists in games, in every social strategy game. When you add a twist, now all of their time and energy has to be spent on figuring out how to get around this twist rather than them playing regular Survivor, which is what we're here for. I'm not here to see them play Shot in the Dark Survivor. I'm not here to see them play mergatory Survivor. Like, I'm here to see them play Survivor, not all this other fucking shit. God damn it. So anyways, he's trying a game that doesn't matter. And then we see Saul get this advantage. And he gets the chance to impact the tribal council on the other tribe, even though they've already been impacted. Because
I just wish he didn't even have a chance to win it. Like, I think like the only advantage Saul even gets from this is possibly getting an ally in Rachel. But like, this was literally planted just to fuck up the other tribe's elimination tribal council. It's like, what's the point of putting them through more? You already fucked their games by splitting the tribe down the middle. Yeah. Like, why are we putting more into it? Like, at this point, it's not even interesting. It's only 6 people vulnerable. Well, it's only 5 people vulnerable. And now you're throwing in another twist. It's like, I just don't get it.
I don't either. I think Saul, if I was Saul, I would have used this to my advantage as much as possible. Me personally, I probably would have pulled Genevieve, Teeny to the side, been like, look, y'all, we can still lock in. It could still be the 3 of us. I got this advantage. Who should we use it for to bring to our side and create an alliance? Maybe us, Andy, and Rachel. If we use it for Rachel, we'll have a majority. She'll owe us, and then we can run the tribe. And it's really is going to be us 3 because we were the original lava. He could have set the game up for him to win here. In a way, if he was that savvy, if he was that strategic to really kind of organize some type of thing. And that's what I would have done with it. Instead, he was like, oh, let me just keep it a secret. Let me just use it. And hopefully I'll have Rachel to have my back. And it's like, you gained one ally when you really could have locked in an entire alliance with just this move and made this move something that created an alliance. And that's where, you separate the legends from just the regular players. No shade. Because Genevieve would have ate it up. No shade.
But that's a mother, okay? That's a mother.
They say he ain't Genevieve level, no shade. No, period. Like, but yeah, I just feel like he could have used this to his advantage a lot more. Not telling anybody is crazy because this is a useless advantage. Yeah. So you need to use it in a way to where it's helping you in some type of way. The best thing he could have did was tell someone, and him not using it and pretending it wasn't him. Now what? We're not voting you to win because we don't know you gave it to her. We don't care that you gave it to her. All it did was save Rachel, and you got no allies from it. So it's like, I don't give a damn. So I just feel like he didn't use it to his best of abilities, but it is what it is. After this, they go to tribal council. It's revealed that Rachel received it from him. So now it's literally just Tuku going to tribal, and Kyle is immune. So it's only 4 people vulnerable. And it's 12 people in the tribe, and we're still not merged, but we are for some reason. And whoever goes home here isn't going to the jury for some reason.
But and that like, that's kind of usual. Like, sometimes they merge and the first 2 people are not like in jury. So I'm not 100% shocked by that. I think it's just all like the add-on with it.
It's just stupid because why have a mergatory and then have a merge when you could have just had a mergatory for 2 rounds? That's the whole point of mergatory. In my opinion, that should be the whole point of mergatory, is that you're in merge, but you're not in jury. So it's like, why have a mergatory and then have a not jury round and then have a merge when you could have just had 2 mergatory rounds? It's normal when it's normal, but when you add the stupid shit, it's stupid. Damn it. So anyways, boom. Rachel is safe. She has safety without power. She just leaves the tribal. Also, kind of annoying. I didn't want Rachel to go because that would have been boring. I
Yeah.
do think they were all just about to vote Rachel, and that would have been more boring. But I would have rather it been a real natural survivor vote than her get an unearned advantage. It's like she didn't even find it. It
Yeah.
wasn't even at the. They should have just put this at that beach. They should have just put an idol on the beach or something. Instead, they put it on the opposite beach, and he just gave it to the person who was in the worst position. And it's like that's a boring way for Rachel to stay.
It's
I
like it was
wanted her
also
to stay, but I
obvious
was
that he
bored.
was gonna do that too. It's like
Yeah.
she was the only person in the minority of a tribe of 5. It's like, and they just all discussed about how they want to go after that 5-person group. So it's like we knew it was gonna happen.
We
Basically.
knew it was going to happen, and I don't even like that the jury is so small. Why is the jury starting at top 11? Like when did that start? And 3 people are going to be in the final 3. I don't know why they started doing that. For me, I always preferred where it's like top 13 or something. I just feel like we've seen a lot of people go home, and at this point, I'm like, Tiana should have been in jury. That's my
Yeah.
girl. Period. And I meant that shit. Even I didn't like Rome. No shade. But even I remember like last season, the 2 people who went home at this point, I'm like, okay, they could have been in jury. I remember the season before that, J Maya went home. I was like, J Maya could have been in jury, but J Maya wasn't in jury. And it's like, or one of them wasn't. And it's like, why are you not here? But anyways, we move. So they end up voting. They have a like live tribal because they were probably all going to vote Rachel, and they needed to figure out who they were going to vote in this situation. And the 3-person alliance just stayed together. Kyle even voted with them, and they all just voted out Tiana.
Kyle voting with them sent me. Like Tiana was shook down.
Yep. So Tiana went home, and here we are. Boo. Next.
Mm-hmm. Next round, they previewed another Survivor auction. That's exciting. I guess they're trying to bring that back into the algorithm. That's fun. We saw Andy talking with Caroline about flipping again. So I'm assuming this next episode should be fun and festive. Hopefully there isn't some added twist that jumbles it up again.
Yeah. It's fun that they're bringing back the Survivor auction. When I found out why they removed the Survivor auction, that's when I knew that Jeff was a little bit off his rocker because it made no sense. He basically said it doesn't work because everyone knows when we're going to do the advantage and they all just give each other their money. And it's like, just tell them they can't give each other their money. Or just put the advantage under a hidden one at the beginning or in the middle or in the end. Like it was easily solvable, but his concern was, oh, they're just all gonna give each other their money at the end, and the majority alliance is just gonna get it. And then it's like, oh, who cares? And it's like, do it in a better way. Duh. Are you dumb? So we move. I'm not even confident they'll give an advantage here because his whole issue was the advantage being there. But I can't tell with them anymore. They just do anything. No shade.
Yeah. That's 23 acts. Does anyone know why they shortened the season and threw in all of these advantages? I know that around when COVID happened and they switched to 50% by POC, it was like this whole new era thing. So like Jeff felt like he had to switch up what Survivor was because it had been stagnant for so long up into this new point of the game. So I think they started adding all of these things to try and freshen up things. And then with it being 26 days now, 41 was supposed to be the regular. I believe it used to be 31 days, right?
39.
But they had to start late because of COVID. So all of the people were in sequester longer because of the COVID restrictions. They had to make sure everyone was good. So they ended up starting later, and they liked that it was only 26 days, so they kept it.
Mm-hmm. I think 41 was actually interesting. The gameplay was actually interesting. They did play at a faster pace, but now that it's become normal, they're not even playing at that intense level that they were in 41 and 42. It's like
they've gamed
died down. It's used to it.
Now they're all telling people about their advantages. Now they're giving up their amulets because they know it's a target on their back. No one is playing into these twists how they were on 41 and 42. These twists were only good in 41 and 42.
All right, y'all. Here we are. We're at our tier ranking. Rome went home. We don't care. Next is Sierra. Sierra's at the bottom. She was at the bottom of Child. I'm still not gagging.
Andy wants to flip on them, and it was because of the decision that put her in Child in the first place.
Yeah, so she's staying there. Tiana went home. Child. That's all I can say about her. Shit.
I think she could be in Child. No shade.
Damn.
But we can keep her in Child too.
I want to say Child because it was so circumstantial. Only 4 people was available. She wouldn't
You're
have went
right.
home
A
if it was
lot
no.
of circumstance.
Rachel would have went home at first, so I ain't gonna do my girl like that. But
Period. Period.
she wasn't gagging. Kyle, that's a child for me. Who?
I
He
mean,
not
he
doing
won the
nothing.
immunity,
Oh, that's good.
but he didn't get his way this episode. I feel like he won't necessarily be targeted. I can see it being Gabe. I can see Andy flipping and it being Sam. Like I can still see
Yeah.
him kind of skating by, but
I just don't see him doing anything, and that's my issue. I need him to do something. Even this move, it's like I needed him to be a little bit more active in preventing what happened to happen, and I feel like he wasn't. But I can keep him at the bottom of mid. I really.
Some people in the chat saying child. Khalil
I
said
I
child.
think for me personally, it's giving child, but I don't care enough.
It could be child.
I'll just put him at the top of child. Saul, he got an advantage. I don't see him being
so weird. Like I feel like we do ratings every season, and it's been way easier to give like a definitive category. And this season, I feel like a lot of them are just in mid, and it's like mainly because like the twists are really affecting how the game is moving forward this time around. Like I feel like I'm not learning about any of them individually at all.
Because they're not fucking playing the game. They're playing the twists. Even Saul, the only situation to this episode, other than him like getting Andy in a way, he got Andy to turn on Sam and Sierra. So that's positive, I guess. So that was good. He does do active things. And this move was to try to get Rachel on the side. I think it could work. So there were those situations. Like, I kind of liked this episode for him. I'm not gonna lie. I just wonder where he'll go from here. I'm willing to put him in camp this episode.
Okay, Saul in camp.
Yeah, it was a cute episode for him. Next is Rachel. Girl, you almost was gone, sister. You got luck. That was literally luck. I don't think it's her fault that she was in such a stupid ass position. It was literally an entire tribe and her at the merge where you shouldn't even be expecting that. And it was because of the luck of the draw. And even then, there were considerations from Tiana to not vote her. So I'm not mad at her gameplay.
Right.
You know? It's just
I don't really know where to put her only because I don't know where she's at in the tribe necessarily. Like I know that she's kind of safe because of, the Gada numbers, and I don't think Andy's going to be flipping on her. And it seems like the women's alliance is still a possibility. Like Rachel is not seen as a threat at all right now, and I think that's good.
But Caroline said she was the glue to the Gada tribe, and she said she's close to the girls, as if that's something I guess we just haven't been seen, but it's true. So that's a positive. But I don't feel comfortable moving her up, or down.
Like top of mid.
Yeah, maybe top of mid. So we'll see what happens with these other people. I'm going to just leave her here. She's the only one in mid. Teenie is next. I mean, she's working with the girls, I think.
Yeah. I feel similar about Teenie. I feel like we haven't got much else since the merge has started because we haven't really been able to see the real gameplay. What will be the deciding alliance? Who will be pushing the game forward? I just feel similar to this Rachel. Like she's not in danger, and I think she can be protected for a while as well.
Yeah. Teenie above or below Rachel, you feel?
I feel like above. At least she wasn't almost in contention to go home this episode.
Yeah, because her tribe won the random challenge. But yeah, that's true. Next is Andy. I like Andy. I think what he's about to do is stupid as fuck, though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the idea of targeting Sam and Sierra at all. I guess there's a reason behind it. I just don't think it's a good reason. And I feel like there's a different way that he can work with it. But he's building a bond with Genevieve, who is mother. He's maybe going to build a bond with Saul after they had that conversation. So I think he has routes, but I don't like what he's doing, what he's aiming to do. You know what I
mean? Yeah, I understand. To me, I would keep him in mid, honestly, under Teenie and Rachel, only because of how drastic the flip he's trying to make happen.
Yeah. Like that's not good. That's like bad, actually. I don't think that's a bad idea. Next is Gabe. He didn't go home, and Tiana went home. His biggest op is out.
Yeah,
his biggest op
is out. And he kind of basically ran that vote after Rachel went home. It was his alliance. yeah, it was his alliance that he started from the beginning of the game that voted together to take out Tiana. And he now has a fresh start going in this next round. He isn't necessarily seen as a huge threat, but I do feel like he's someone that could easily be targeted. So I wouldn't mind leaving him where he's at,
I
putting
think
him a
leave
little
him
bit
where he at.
lower.
He ran the vote, but he's, in my opinion, probably one of the most in danger. So just stay right there, King. We'll see what to do with you. We already did Saul.
Sam gotta go down, baby. You targeted. You
Gotta
getting
go
flipped
down.
on. It's giving child with Sierra no shade.
It is. It has to. You made the move to save Andy, and Andy is flipping on you. I think a lot of people are gonna target him. Honestly, I'm gonna put him just right above Sierra. I hate to say it, no shade. Like I think he's going to go the fuck home. I would not be surprised if he goes home. This girl thing is hinted at, and not that I think it's gonna work, but if something does happen, I feel like he's the most vulnerable. Caroline and Sue are connected to Gabe. They're not gonna let him really go. I feel like no one else is a threat but him and maybe Gabe, but I think Gabe will be more protected. And it's like, is Sierra gonna go to bat and make sure people save you? Sierra not going to bat for nothing because she don't know how to go to bat. No shade.
Oh
So
my god.
I think he's gonna be in a very terrible position. So we'll see. Next is Caroline.
Caroline, I'm fine with keeping her in camp because she really had the deciding decision this episode. She's also someone very smart and kind of well insulated. Like, unlike I kind of see her on the same level of Teeny and Rachel.
Yeah.
A little bit to where it's like she's kind of in an insulated position. She's not at the forefront of anything, but she's not also at the bottom. Yeah. So honestly, I'm thinking maybe we move Teeny and Rachel up the camp, or we bring Carolyn down to mid.
I see that. Ooh, that's a good question. I like that. Because I do agree. I feel like they're all in the same area. I really do feel like they're all in the same area. I like Caroline better than them because she's in a solidified named alliance, though. And I feel like Teeny and Rachel aren't. Like, Caroline has an alliance with Sue and Gabe that have voted together. So she would definitely be above them. But is it a whole thing above them, or should she just be top of mid? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I don't want to move Caroline down to mid. That's my thing. So
but I don't want to move Teeny and Rachel up because that's my thing. They don't have it. They don't have an alliance.
Where it's at. Let's just keep it where it's at.
Yeah. I think I'm good with this. Okay. Yeah. Sue can go down.
Sue gotta go down. Low key. She gotta go to mid, low key. No confessionals this episode. You know, I know one issue that you mentioned where it comes down to sharing everything with Gabe. I feel like she's kind of still in that boat. She could potentially be protected if you know people start targeting Tuku, because I can see how no one will be looking at her. But I feel like the edit that we got from Sue in the beginning is just ticking down. It's ticking down, and we don't know where she's at right now.
Yeah, I feel like
I would put her next to Gabe or above Gabe.
I have to put her, like, honestly, I want to put her at the top. I think she's the safest and has an idol. She's just not camp no more. No shade. Yeah, she's not camp no more. Boom. Genevieve is still mother.
That's not switching. Genevieve is that girl. Every confessional, every scene I get of Genevieve, it just gives that's my mama. So she has to stay in that category.
She has to stay in that category. Boom. I'm so excited for next episode so we can actually get the perspective of everybody's game. We can finally get them all voting together. We can see who votes with who's in alliance with who. Because, baby, I'm so sick and tired of this stupid ass fucking twist. Jeff, please. I'm begging you. Please. Please. Please.
Mm-hmm. All right. And, like, honestly, that's for me, like, why 43 and 44 are so bad. 43 and 44, I can't tell you who really wins those seasons off the top of my head, or like who was one of those seasons at the top of my head. Like, it's just like they, after 41 and 42, all of the similar twists that they kept doing, it all started to merge together. And then 45 happened with D as the winner. I think that was such a dynamic cast that made it so fun. And similar to 46, like with Jim, well, no, it wasn't Jim. Similar to 46 with Kenzie winning, I think that was a really fun cast despite the twist. This season, I enjoy the cast, but I feel like the twist is really ruining how good it could be.
I agree. Child, they in the chat saying that all the black people gone, child.
Girl, we got Gabe. Y'all,
Gabe is black, y'all. Gabe is black.
someone tweeted, "Why all the black people out?" And Gabe quoted like, "I'm still here, child. I didn't know Gabe was a brother.
Right.
I didn't know, but if he black, we standing beside him. I should have told with that hair, because he got some
the curls,
them coils, some kinky coils. Okay."
Yeah. So Gabe is still here, but honestly, they taking out all the brown people. Like all the if your skin, the paper brown bag test, you out. If you're getting close to
the paper brown test, Gabe out next.
Because next. They took Kashawn out, they took Tiana out, they took
Asia, TK
Asia out, they took Annika out. Like, damn, TK out. Damn, Gabe, bitch, your time's up. Why is you not clocking? Like, according to what's been happening, it's literally went black, brown, black.
They said they are
brown. Gabe, good luck, baby. And after Gabe, Saul, Andy, and Rachel. It's getting scary, y'all.
They said they're not woke this season, child.
It's getting scary.
Now watch, and then a woman's still gonna win and gag alive. Watch. Gag it. That would be what, 3 women in a row?
Damn.
4? Wait,
5, 6, ever since the new era.
It went Erica, Marianne, Gabler, Jam, D, Kenzie, and then potentially Genevieve.
So it would be 5. It would be, since the new era, it will have been 5 women. That's insane. Do you know how they were struggling to get 10 women to come for Winners at War? Because they only had fucking 13 women winners. Like,
and now it's gonna be stacked, mama. I'm excited, and that just shows like why the diversity initiative has just been so great for CBS. Like, it's my best friend. Like, even when you tune into Big Brother, in the last 4 years, there's been 2 women winners. That's great. Over on Amazing Race, the amount of POCs that's won since they've done the initiative. So it's great for many reasons. I love to see it, but this season of Survivor, they said, "Y'all gotta get."
I'm catching up. I was 4 down. Ooh. It was 4-0, and now it's 4-3. Okay.
And honestly, you know, I
got some hitters.
It if right now winner for my team, Caroline. That's the only person I see as the potential winner. Yeah, she's the only person I got. Andy ain't winning no shade. I don't know, and I have no idea what's gonna happen with Andy because they keep
gonna lose the fire. I think he's gonna lose the fire.
Child, probably.
I think they've been, because this fire thing is now the new thing. Another dumbass twist. Fuck! I hate this show. Another dumbass twist. But I think this fire thing, they've been editing the person who goes and makes fire as this big, huge character who's so awesome, and they did so many big things. So I think he could make it to fire and lose, or he could be like the last big person that needs to get taken out the game or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, Rudy says in the chat, 0 vote finalist maybe, and I thought that too. But I just feel like he's such a huge personality. Would he really not get?
It's like Owen. I keep saying it.
I can see that comparison. I just feel like he's I just think he's better than Owen.
He's better than Owen. He's a better player. Yeah.
Get a vote. I remember thinking, I don't know who was there for that season. I remember thinking like Owen is really about to win. Owen is really about to win the entire thing, and I was gonna be mad low key, but that didn't happen. I think Andy won though.
I think he's 0 vote finalist as well. I wouldn't mind if he won. I wouldn't mind if he won.
Why are they playing the Asian men like that?
Child. I mean, at least they're giving them something. They're giving them an arc. Period.
I wonder, are they going to do the double elimination episode? Because, like I said in the beginning, the twist for that is usually what we saw in this episode. So, are they going to split them up again at like top 10 and make them do it then type shit? Like, what's going to happen?
At this point in the game, it's usually been, I think, 1 extra elimination. Like you said, it used to be the double elimination. So, I don't know what they're going to do. Very interested to see. Hopefully, nothing. And they just move forward. I don't know. Just have a final 6 at the end. I don't know, but shit, we need to not do that. But yeah, I think I got this. Teeny, Genevieve, maybe even Rachel if she survives.
Teeny, Rachel, Genevieve, like you got some heavy hitters.
I got some heavy hitters.
I think a woman is definitely winning. I
agree. All the men are duds.
How many men are left? 5.
It's 4 men.
4. 5.
4 men. 5.
Andy, Sam, Saul, Kyle, Gabe, and I don't really see any of them winning.
Yeah, and 6 women. It was 7 women and 5 men. If they had took out a man, it would have been given crazy. So, but we'll see. I do think a woman's winning. They're just playing better. No shade. Sue could still win. I just think her edit is. I don't know where she
got to edit. Just to get him.
But we move. So yeah, we'll be back next episode. Hopefully it's better. and they're not split up into tribes again, even though it's not a merge or a tribe swap or whatever the fuck it is. Hopefully it's just good. I don't know what to tell y'all. We're also covering the challenge, so definitely check out our challenge episodes. Of course, the Love Is Blind reunion is coming up, so check that out and check out our finale recap. We had already posted that. Definitely get into the tea or whatever. If you're a Big Brother fan, Big Brother Rewind is coming up very soon, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. Follow us on Twitter for that. And thank you for keeping it real with the Kingdom, bitch. We are out. Bye.